Hold on. Can you hear me now? Now you can hear me. Thank you for the heads up. Bro, what happened last time? Oracle, what do you mean? What do you mean what happened last time? Hold on one second. I'm turn my microphone down just a little bit. I think I clip a little bit, if you know what I mean. If you are a man or a woman of God and you are fixing your eyes on another lustfully, it's cheating. Okay. Sounds good. What if you're not a man or a woman of God? You tell me, did you get caught? What does that mean? Depends on if you're honest about it. No, it's seek God. Okay. Sounds good. Welcome, everybody. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach. Sitting here in an igloo, talking about porn. That's what we do around here. A guy challenged me last time. A guy joined the panel, he challenged you, and you weren't able to respond. Wait, that happens all the time. I always respond. What did he say? Soon I will call you, set up that appointment. Let's do it, All West Clothing. I think if it's done private, it's emotionally cheating. If you're using it as an alternative to loving on your other half, then it may seem that way. Got to stop procrastinating. What are you waiting for, All West Clothing? What are you waiting for? Is porn cheating? My partner and I watch it, but separately, but the thought of him watching it feels wrong. But if you watch it together and use new moves, then by all means, have fun. All right, we got guests requesting. Give me a follow if you guys like my content. If you don't like my content, don't follow me. It's the best way to keep in touch with what I'm doing. Let's bring on some guests. Here we go. All right, here we go. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Is porn cheating?
Yes, porn is cheating.
Okay, tell me more. Hello, Danielle.
Yeah, I mean, well, just based off I believe in God, and even then before, because like I only found Christ about 2 years ago, and even like in the past, there's just something very evil and demonic about porn,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know what more to say. It's definitely cheating.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22, and you've got this belief. Are you dating anybody?
I am.
Okay. Does your partner share a similar belief?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks for sharing.
What do you think?
I think if you're, I think it's cheating. I think if you're in a
Okay.
committed monogamous relationship with another person, you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part.
Mm-hmm.
If you violate that agreement or commitment, then you're cheating.
I agree.
Yeah. All right.
Do you
Thanks
get
for
a lot
sharing.
of people on here that
Oh.
disagree?
Yeah, stick around. Did you just stumble across my live?
Yeah,
No,
I did.
you're the first guest. I just started. I'll go on for about 2 hours or so. Buckle up, okay?
Okay, but also I am curious, this is totally unrelated. How is your camera quality so good on here? Are you using like a professional camera?
Yeah, so I use a Windows PC with the TikTok Live Studio app where you can connect like a camera and microphone and everything and go live on TikTok. So I have a professional camera.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just curious about that. Thanks.
Yeah, you got it. All right, bye-bye.
Cool. Bye.
we're all set for Saturday. Let's go. Look at that. All West Clothing. Just booked an appointment to schedule a one-on-one. Let's go, bro. I'm excited to chatting with you. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction or betrayal trauma. If you're interested in scheduling a call, you can go to the link in my bio and set that up. Let the guy up. What guy? What guy wants to come up? What does coaching mean? Good question. So I'm not a therapist, but what I do would look similar in nature to therapy. So I help people make changes in their life. Most people sense that there's more possible in life, but it's hard to achieve that. What is the main male populace on this? Does every guy depend on this for every nut? He's a great coach, really puts me in my place. If you know, you know, T-Dub. If you know, you know. Yeah. How much are the sessions after the first? Well, I'm not cheap, Lexi. Good question, though. They're expensive. I'm priced more like a specialized therapist would be. I charge $250 a session for my one-on-one coaching. My groups are $99 a month. My groups are fire, though. If you can afford $99 a month and not one-on-one, I would highly recommend getting one of my groups. But either way, if you want to just have a chat, I charge $1 for my initial 30-minute call, which obviously it's not about the money at that point. It's to weed out people who are just going to waste my time, because I've had plenty of them. So, yeah, if you're interested in joining a group, you can just join using the link in my bio, or schedule a call if you want to chat more about it. By the way, I'll plug one more thing before, actually two more things I want to plug. One is we have an event coming up, myself and 4 other creators, 5 technically, on TikTok, kind of in the anti-porn space. It'll be Jordan from That's Not Love, Caitlin from An Honest Love, WTF Do I Do Now coaching, Wendy, that's her name, right? I'm sorry, Wendy. What is her name? Mandy. I'm sorry, Mandy. And then Eileen and David from Hope Beyond Betrayal. Sunday, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we're each going to have our own segments. I'll be going first, talking about vulnerability, the importance of vulnerability in healing through pornography addiction, but it'll, of course, will apply to betrayal trauma as well. So if you want to sign up for that, go to the link in my bio. It's the first thing there linked. We've got 430 people signed up so far. That's just incredible. So cool. So freaking cool. All right. Oh, one other thing I'm going to plug, but I'll do it later. And it involves my campus debate on Monday. Okay. It's going to be a request. I'm going to ask for something. Okay. Here we go. Any advice on how to approach the topic of talking to someone? What does that mean? Hey, man, what's going on?
My guy? What's up, bro?
What's up?
Nah, I
porn
don't think
cheating?
porn. Nope. I think sometimes you just gotta bust a nut.
Sometimes you just got to bust a nut. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Let me ask you a question. If you go into a store and you look at a candy bar and you think about eating it, is that stealing?
If you go up to a store and you look at a candy bar, is that stealing?
Yeah.
No. Not in my
Okay.
opinion. What do you think?
No, I don't think it's stealing either.
Okay. What does that
That's
have to do with anything we're talking about?
because you're not actually doing the crime or doing the offense.
Got it. Okay. So when does cheating become cheating?
Once you physically touch somebody.
Okay. So if you hug somebody, are you cheating? Just anybody?
It could be in certain circumstances, but most of the time, no.
Okay. So then it's not when you touch somebody.
I mean,
So
yes, I
can,
just said it could be.
well, first I asked you when does cheating become cheating, and you said when you touch somebody, and I gave an example, and then you
Everything
basically
has
you
nuances, though.
counteracted your claim.
Everything has nuances. So,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. So when does cheating become cheating?
As I said, once you physically touch somebody.
Well, is it the moment of insertion?
Uh, I mean, it goes a little before that. You could say kissing is cheating.
Okay. Okay. All right. What about emotional cheating?
Uh, yeah, that could be a form of cheating, but that's not at the same offense as actually doing it.
Okay, so it's different. So emotional cheating. All right. First of all, ask women what they think. What is worse, emotional cheating or physical cheating? And there's no right answer. Everyone's going to have a different opinion, but
Yeah,
go try to convince somebody that an emotional affair that they had is less bad than a physical affair.
I mean, everybody has their own fucking point of view on this, but I don't think that watching a video of two people having sex is cheating. That doesn't make sense.
Got it. Okay. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, with a girlfriend, fiance, wife,
girlfriend.
husband, girlfriend. Okay. Is she there right now?
No,
Oh, okay. How often do you watch porn?
to be honest, I don't really.
You don't.
Maybe
Okay. Okay.
once fucking 2 months. I don't know. Not as
Well,
much as I should.
hold on. Both of those statements can't be true. I don't, and then every 2 months. So
I
which
mean,
is it?
uh, every once in a while, I'm not gonna cap on this.
Look, I don't care, man. I just want to know what you
No,
believe.
no, it just is. I don't know. It's every once in a while. I don't know.
Okay. Every once in a while. All right. So what benefits do you get by masturbating while watching other women have sex when you're in a relationship with your partner?
I mean, it definitely saved me some money. I'll tell you that much. When I was single
Save
and shit, like
how does it save you money?
because then you don't got to go out with a date or nothing. You just be like, ah, fuck, I'll bust a nut and go to sleep. But
Got it.
nah, that's not cheating, bro. At the end of the day.
Okay. How would you feel if your girlfriend was looking at pictures of other people's eggplants that she liked more than yours, just to pass the time away?
I'd rather her do that than fucking have the dude come over and fucking. But I wouldn't be with somebody that was that. I don't know. Men think different than women. At the end
Hold
of the
on.
day, we all
You
know
wouldn't
that.
be with somebody that what?
That I felt like would do something disloyal to me.
So would you view that as being disloyal?
Nah, nah. I would. It would be a red flag. I can't lie, but I wouldn't consider that cheating.
Okay. Do you think it's a red flag for you, like for your behavior? Is that a red flag?
I mean, you could say that, but it's still not cheating. That just because something's a red flag doesn't mean it's cheating.
Why would it be a red flag?
Because you could say, oh, he's maybe thinking about other things, but that's still not cheating. That's like saying, oh, I'm thinking about doing a crime, but I never did it. Like it just doesn't make sense. It's not. You're trying to put someone already in jail for a crime they didn't do.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think like it would be normal behavior when you're in a committed relationship to masturbate while watching other people have sex?
I mean, whatever floats the person boat. I don't know. Everybody has their own sexual practices with their partner.
Got it.
And some people don't even consider what I consider cheating. So cheating could be all different types of things.
What do you
Like,
okay?
what do you consider cheating? What's the point of cheating for you?
Well, I agree. There's nuance. I think it simply it begins when you turn away from your partner towards something else that's not your partner, right? So
Okay.
if you're taking, you could use the word sexual energy. I don't like that word, but if you're putting your sexual energy or desire into something else that isn't your partner, I think that's cheating. That's not honoring to your partner.
Let me ask you. Say you with a coworker and she makes you laugh, and you say, "Hey, I think she's beautiful, right?" But you don't do nothing, and then would you go home and be like, "Hey, I cheated on you. I thought this girl was beautiful. We had a nice conversation." Like,
I don't understand why if somebody makes you laugh, like how did we jump from somebody
Because
making
you
you
said like
laugh to
at
hold on. How do you jump from somebody making you laugh to saying that person's beautiful?
no, because you said like, oh, if you feel any type of affection to anybody
That,
else that's
that's
not
not
your
what I said.
wife,
That's not what I said.
I don't know. That's kind of how I took it, but I just no more hypo. These all are hypotheticals or and analogies. Like some people are gonna think, yeah, porn is cheating, but most people don't think that.
Hmm. What do you think would be the most honoring thing for your partner? Would it be to masturbate while watching strangers have sex, or to just put all your focus and desire towards her?
I mean, morally, yeah, you're supposed to put all your focus to her, but I don't see it's a big problem if a fucking dude busts a nut every once in a while to a video.
So morally, you do
That
think
might
that that
actually
would
make
be
his marriage
better.
stronger.
Ooh, make it stronger. Why do you think morally that would be better?
Yeah, because you're sitting there, I don't know that. See, this is all like most men think different. I don't know. It's just you're trying to put a crime on somebody for something they didn't do at the end of the day.
I'm trying to put a crime on something, on somebody for
Yeah.
something they didn't do.
Yeah.
That's a stretch, bro. I just want to know what you believe, man.
I already told you what I believe. Porn
I
is
got
not
it.
cheating.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
And if you guys, yeah. All right.
All right. He has nothing to back up his claim next. Hey there, what's going on?
Hello.
Hi there.
Nothing. What's up, yo?
Is porn cheating?
I believe there are different extents that can be cheating, but I also think there are extents that are not.
Okay.
So,
Like what?
for like example, I am married. My husband and I have an open phone policy, an open kind of, we're very open in communication with each other. I don't have a problem if he watches porn. He doesn't have a problem if I do. And we have that open communication line. But whereas if he were to express to me, I am not comfortable with you watching this, or if I were to him and we were hiding it or something, that definitely opens up that door to, I wouldn't call it necessarily cheating, but lying, and that can be a really slippery slope, um, being dishonest in that kind of situation.
Okay. So why do you guys watch porn?
Just we are only with each other. We are very secluded to each other in like our personal experience, so to say. So I think it's something we both enjoy maybe partaking in with each other. Maybe like excitement, whatever it may be. It's something we both like. We don't have a problem looking at together. Um,
Okay. What benefit do you get from it though?
I think it's just the curiosity, maybe the excitement, practice. I don't know. It's a thrill without being with anyone else. We don't have a desire to be with anyone else, but it's still something we're interested in. Um, but like I said, we're very open with communication on the fact that we're both open to that. We don't have issues with each other doing that.
Okay. So you fantasize about watching strangers have sex, but you don't have a desire to be with them?
I I guess when you put it that way, it's more I think of the excitement of seeing things that have like never been seen before for either of our sides. And I feel like also to kind of verify, I feel like there is a difference between like going on free porn sites together, stuff like that, or actually, finding a specific person that you're talking to, paying for, kind of having more of a, so to say, like relationship with too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is a difference too, for sure.
Got it. How often do you watch porn?
Not very often. I'd say for myself, maybe like once a month.
Okay. And what about your partner?
Oh, Probably a little bit more frequent than me, maybe a couple times a month.
Do you know for certain?
I don't know for certain. He's sitting here right here with me. We were
Oh.
actually both watching your live together.
Oh,
So I have
I-
no problem having him answer too.
Oh, great. What's up, bro? How
Hey,
often do you watch porn?
Are you categorizing porn as pictures of her too? Because I look a lot at pictures she sends me, or like videos like we've taken together more than like external
people.
stuff.
Yeah,
The-
well, I would say
and-
pornography is erotic imagery, usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of another person with the erotic intent to arouse.
So yeah, if you count that, then I don't know, maybe 3 times a month. I just
3 times.
we have a pretty active sex life, so it's not like it's stuff. If we have the option to do it, I would rather do that than like line go to the bathroom and do this, if that makes sense. Like I'd much
Got
rather
it.
do this.
So what is it? What is it you like about masturbating while watching other women have sex?
I don't know. I've only ever been with my wife, so like to me, it's more just like whoa, but like I still prefer watching like her stuff. If that makes sense. So,
Well, so of the, roughly once a week you watch porn, how often do you watch stuff that's not her?
maybe once in a month. It's
Okay.
mainly her.
Got it. So about once a month. So why do you even do that at all?
We pretty regularly send stuff, so it's like we have something fresh. But if it's like we haven't done that in like a long time, and it's just like kind of same like mental stimulation, then I kind of think it's just having like something else that it's not like rinse repeat. Like when
Got it.
we are in the bedroom together, we don't do like the same position over and over and over because obviously that would get stale, that would get boring. So I think it's the same thing if you're getting off because you guys don't have the availability to or something like that, then it's getting that mental stimulation.
Okay. So every once in a while you kind of get bored with her sexually, and so you got to go to other women to kind of spice that up.
It's not bored, it's just like, oh, I looked at this picture and it's just like, it's the same
Okay.
thing.
You get bored with her pictures.
Yeah, just like if it's the same thing, it's like, okay,
So it kind of
Looked
gets
at this-
repetitive, and you need someone else to spice it up a little bit.
I don't need it. Like if she asked me not to, I would have no issue in the world to not, but
Got it. Got it. So when did you start? How long have you guys been dating?
We have been together 10 years and we've been married 4.
So for the whole 10 years, have you always masturbated to other women, or is that just a new thing?
I mean, when we were dating, I'd probably say it was more regular for it to be like other sites, but for like since we've been married, it's primarily been her stuff.
Got it. So you've been together 10 years, married about 4. You more frequently masturbated to other women before you got married. Now that you made the commitment, the actual, like you locked down together. Now you masturbate while watching other women less frequently, but you still do it. Is that right?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Fascinating.
Thank you.
No, I think it's always a good conversation though to hear like questions and stuff, open-ended questions that can lead into other things. It's always interesting to hear other people's kind of point of views as well, kind of what works for them if it doesn't. So definitely interested in like what's
Well, you want to hear a real good open-ended question?
Go for it.
Why does your wife not deserve your full sexual attention?
I wouldn't say that she doesn't deserve it.
Okay, why are you not giving it to her then?
I think it's a desire thing on both ends that we are not, we have curiosities and we still express and we communicate through that, but it's, we are not stepping outside of our, I'm not talking to anyone, I'm not being physical with anyone, I'm not emotionally committing to any one person's stuff. So like if I do go out and look at other stuff, it's not like I can go to a site and be like, oh, I'm looking for like anything. It's just like first thing pops up and I pick that if I am looking for something up. So
Like, oh,
But-
she looks good. I'm gonna masturbate.
yeah, it's just it's very quick.
I can barely hear you, man. It's like your phone's underwater.
That's because she sat up. She
Oh, got
pulled
it.
it.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Do you guys have kids?
We
Yep.
do.
No, cool. Kids are great, aren't they?
They're
Yeah.
wonderful.
They're wonderful, aren't they? Sometimes. I have kids. They are wonderful. And, you know, two things can be true. Sometimes they're turds, but most of the time
Yeah.
they're delightful.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how would you feel if how do I ask this question without pissing you off too bad?
You're not
We're
gonna piss
we're
off
open
at all,
about this.
really.
Like we're totally open to this conversation too.
Okay,
So don't
got
try
it.
and
All right. How old were you guys when you started watching porn?
I was a lot younger, I assume, than her,
You can go
but
first.
in middle school.
Got it.
7th grade. I don't know.
I'd say I was probably around 14, 15.
Okay. Do you think your kids should start watching porn in middle school?
I wouldn't recommend it. I'd hope they wouldn't, but I can also
Understand
understand
the
that it's hard to
curiosity.
keep it from them. Like, we can limit as much as we possibly can, but there's not a possible way to 100% keep everything from them. So I think informing them on appropriate decisions and not showing them, but telling them that this is not real and explaining at an appropriate age when they do come across it, that this is not a real thing. Like, these people aren't in love. They're not, like, this isn't a real thing. It's fake. And have them understand that this isn't something to like desire or pursue when they do get into it, because I don't want them to feel like they have to hide it and they get addicted to
Hold
it.
on, hold on. I just want to make sure I heard you. This is not a good thing to desire,
Yeah.
but daddy desires it. So do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. It's not like I desire it. It may be like in the calendar year, like I'm just talking on like average, like from past, like
Well, bro, I just want to highlight the massive contradiction you just made.
yeah, for sure.
This is bad. It's not good. You shouldn't desire this. It's not good for you. But I do it.
But there's that in every single part of life too. So it's
So
not
do we just give up and resign to it?
No, you pray. There's obviously if you're trying to make
Pray to who?
progress.
What's your faith orientation?
I'm Christian.
Christian. Got it.
Yeah. So I do believe that it is a sin, and there is things like I am more strict on it than my wife is for like those, because I grew up a lot more in the church. But I understand.
What? Okay. What flavor of Christianity? Man, we're gonna have fun tonight.
LDS, if that's what you're asking. I grew up LDS.
Okay. LDS. So is that how do you reconcile that your permissive porn use with claiming to be Christian?
It's not claiming to, and everyone, if you can acknowledge your weaknesses, like I don't think it's a strength by any means that we do. I think it's just something that when you're learning and you're growing closer to God, that's something that naturally will be taken care of between you and Him over time. Like you read more, you grow, and you develop. Because I don't feel like this question would result the same when you're asking 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds as you ask 40-year-olds, or over time you tend to grow and you change your opinions and you do that. So I don't by any means think it's productive in any way to look at these images or do stuff like that. But you
Why do you
pray,
do it then?
you read, and you continue. What was the question?
Why do you do it then?
Why do I do what?
Look at pornography. You said you don't
all
think it's
porn-
productive.
I'm a little confused on how to answer that question. I don't. Why do I watch it if it's not productive?
Yes, you said you don't believe it's productive. So my question is, why do you do it then?
To fill boredom, I think, is the main time. Is like
Got it.
that.
So when you're bored, your solution for dealing with boredom is to masturbate while watching strangers have sex.
Mine is typically not strangers though. It is my wife.
Okay, at least in part. Okay, so well, let me phrase it differently. When you're bored, your one of your choices at least is to objectify other people sexually. One of them being your wife. Sometimes it's also strangers.
I think. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that other than like occasionally when you're bored, you have the time, you have a sexual need, it can't be met by your wife at that moment. She may not be there. You guys may be separate. It's not like it's hiding anything because she gave me these pictures. It's me and her. I don't feel like pictures in a relationship is considered as much porn to me. Like I think of porn as external stuff. So like, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting off looking at pictures of your wife or your husband, like your spouse, because that is desire over them.
Got it. So
And
again, back to your claim to be Christian. How do you reconcile that with the Bible? Because that's a direct contradiction to what Christianity
I
would
think
proclaim.
it's where your focus is at. Like, where are you growing actively in life? Because we all have different struggles outside. Like, I could today with no issue not watching. Like, if you challenge me to, like, I know if you no way of like proving it, I just would stop. I don't have any issues. I've never.
Okay, great. I challenge you to stop watching porn, including the porn that your wife has given you.
Okay. 100%. I don't know how you can check that, but I can be as honest.
Well,
Like,
well, hold on. Are you a man of integrity?
yes.
Then report back.
Okay.
Will you?
I'd have to follow mine, but yeah,
Yeah, I follow.
I have no issue whatsoever doing stuff like that. To me, to me as a Christian, I see like this could be your interaction. Like my attention hasn't been brought upon whether porn or whatever. That's not where my areas of focus are. My focus is how can I be more attentive? How can I help grow the family? How can I as growing a young family, your focuses can be in other places. So I don't see why something like this couldn't be your hey, wake up moment.
Like
But
a wake up call.
on the
Yeah.
other
When,
hand,
when you're choosing to go objectify other women, your focus. I would just say you don't have to agree with it, but your focus is not on your wife. Your focus is not. Yeah, I'm speaking in the general you. Okay.
yeah.
Your focus is not on your wife. It is not in protection of your family. It is not in honoring and protecting. I'm going to use religious words because you introduced it. The covenant, the sanctity of the marriage.
Yeah.
Right. It's a direct contradiction to that. It's actually taking your sword and pointing it towards your family instead of pointing it away from your family in protection.
So then I feel like that would kind of be a challenge for both of us then, since he's not the only one
that
For
is like
sure. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that would be a both way situation to where it's both a challenge for both of us. Then not only
Absolutely.
not that you said it was singular, but for
Yeah.
both of us, couple.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing is there's danger, I would say, in pornography, even if you're the performer. We talked about this the other night. Your brain releases a chemical called oxytocin, which helps bond you with the thing in which you're doing the sexual act with. So the question is, do you want to be bound to a phone and this aura of fake sex? Like you said, it's fake, it's synthetic, it's not real. Your brain literally releases these chemicals similar to a woman does when she's breastfeeding a baby, nursing a baby. Sorry, TikTok. Nursing a baby that bonds the mother to the baby. That similar thing happens with pornography is you're bonding to that thing. So even if you're the performer, what you're doing is you're weakening the bond with the physical being that is your partner. So the question becomes, which bond do you value more? The one with the phone and porn, the fake stuff, or the bond with the flesh and body person who's sitting there right next to you?
Yeah, that's a perfect way to look at it too. I've never heard it any way like that, so that's great.
Yeah. So that's the invitation here, right? It's not like just stop watching porn because, you know, it's shameful, though it is.
Yeah.
But it's let's have a more intimate relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. I see that, and that's definitely a whole new way of kind of thinking about it too, for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
But
All
thank
right.
you.
So
I want.
will you guys both accept the challenge?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And look, obviously you don't have to like come back and report to me, but I would, you know, you shoot me a DM, you know, in a couple of weeks or month or something like that, and just say, hey, we've been abstaining from porn, and here's what we've noticed differently.
Yeah, no, I think we'd definitely both be having that. I think that's wonderful. So, and I really thank you for having an open conversation too, like a very respectful, because I know one side, you know, conversations on people on the other end can kind of go back and forth, but I really do appreciate the honest conversation with thorough explanations too. So,
Totally.
Thank
you
you
guys as
very
well.
much.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah,
Take
have
care.
a good rest of your night. Bye.
You too. Bye bye. Yeah. They were a delightful couple. Let's give them one of those. W's in the chat for those guys. All right. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Amanda, you're on TikTok talking about porn. Hello. Hello. Logan K. Did I talk to this guy last night? 2 nights ago. Man, I'm hot now. 2 seconds ago, I thought my toes were going to turn into icicles. My daughter woke up. I'll request again shortly. Okay, no problem. All right, I went to a conference tonight at a church in my neighborhood called The New Sexual Revolution, featuring a few people, one of whom was Sean McDowell, who, for any of you Christian folks out there, may know him. Another guy, Katie Faust. That's not a guy, that was a woman. And another one was John something. I wrote down a couple quotes. You guys know I love quotes. Here's the quote. Here's the quote that I wrote down. Ideas have consequences, and bad ideas have victims. Ideas have consequences, and bad ideas have victims. The ideas being pornography is good. Pornography helps our marriage. Pornography is empowering to women. Pornography is something that I need to get a nut off or whatever. Okay. Those are ideas. Ideas have consequences, and bad ideas have victims. Bad ideas have victims. Big support from Serbia. Let's go. We got fans in Serbia. Kristen R91. Hey there, what's going on?
Oh, not much. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. A little sick, but
Okay.
making it.
All right. Is porn cheating?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Okay, why is that?
When you're in a relationship, married, engaged, whatever the case may be, lusting after another person is wrong, and I believe it's a gateway to physical cheating.
Okay. Have you had an experience where that's been an issue?
Yes.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
I'm gonna be going through a divorce, and that, along with, there were instances where I found, that he had sent money to other women, or when there was one instance I found when I got home, he wasn't at home, and we have kids together, and I was pregnant at the time, and I couldn't find him. I knew he'd been drinking. So I went to find him. I found his truck at a hotel, and the long and short of it is he was at a hotel with a
Prostitute.
lady of the night, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And I've also busted a lady of the night in my vehicle. So
That sucks.
yeah, it does suck, but I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
hard lessons to learn.
Yeah,
So
how long, you said you're in the process of getting divorced?
yeah,
How long were you guys married? Or have you been
oh
married?
gosh, let's see, it's 25 now. We got married in July of 2016.
Okay, so you've been married about 9 years. Do you have
Yeah,
kids?
yes, we do. We have 5 kids
Ah.
together.
Oh, there's 5 kids? Jeez, you guys were
Yeah.
busy in those 9 years.
Yeah, but that still didn't stop him from, seeking that validation or whatever he
Yeah.
thought that he was missing from other women. And
Thanks,
I
Kay.
just
Appreciate it, bro.
kind of over it now. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. That sucks. Oh, when did you discover all this?
so I've kind of known for some time, and especially when he's drinking, because he's got a severe alcohol problem. He'll download a texting app on his phone, text other women, or if I go into the bank account, I've seen transactions to Cash App, for example, and it'll have it had the person's name and that it was Cash App, random name, it might say Claire Cash App, and that's how I discovered it. Well, one of the ways, but I've known about it for some time. But I kind of thought things could be fixed. He'd promised he'd get help, but he never did. It was all just, my belief is that he's just manipulating me to get me to stay, and I can't anymore, because it's just he tries to suck me back in, but nothing ever changes, and nothing is ever his fault. And if I would have been a better wife, or put out more, I mean, just a lot. I gave him a lot of chances, but nothing ever changed, and
Yeah.
I can't put myself or my kids through that any longer.
Yeah, that sucks. There's a saying, a man who knocks on the door of a brothel is actually seeking God. There's something going on with him, of course. Not that that's your responsibility, but
Yeah, he does. I guess the really wild part of all of this is that at one point he was trying to go to school to become a pastor, and he espouses, being godly and all of this thing, but on the flip side he'll be God
Not
doesn't
not
love me or
not very
God doesn't
godly.
care, but just, not
Yeah.
at all. Not at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. How are you doing with all of this?
It used to make me really sad. I used to get really upset. I used to cry a lot. Um, and there was actually, our youngest child is 2 years old. And when I was about halfway through my pregnancy with him, there was an incident where, he had gotten super blackout drunk and it was just really bad. And that day is when I found him because he wasn't home and I didn't, you can't be drinking and driving. You don't have a right to put your life or anybody else's life at risk. But that's the day that I found his truck at the hotel. And I actually brought the spare key. So even if he wouldn't admit it to me, I moved his truck from where he parked it so he would know that I knew something. But that was like, on top of all the stuff that had happened in the past, that was kind of the beginning of the end. And just other things that would happen when he's drunk. He just gets really out of hand, unpredictable, erratic. So I'm at a point now. I'm fine with it. I've accepted it. It doesn't really make me sad anymore for me. Like, I'm not sad at all because I feel I did as much as I could to help him change, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Exactly. You can't
And
change
I
another
can't
person.
force him to be a good man or a good guy. And he's just not interested in changing because he doesn't think there's anything wrong with his behavior. And no matter what has happened, even with his drinking, police have been involved. Like, it just, and he still doesn't find anything wrong with what he's doing. And so it doesn't make me sad anymore. I want to move states away from where
Are you going to get the kids? Do you know how that's going to shake out?
Oh, yes, I will. Like, I would never want to take my kids away from their dad, but unless I can be assured with 100% certainty he's not going to be drinking, he cannot have them because it's just like he'll say he won't drink and then he will, and then that leads to other bad things. And I don't want that around my kids. I'm not saying he would bring a prostitute around my kids, but if he's blackout drunk,
Well,
you
never know at that
you
point.
don't know what you're gonna get, and I'm not gonna do that to them. And I'm finishing up school where I'm at. I'm majoring in psychology with a minor in addiction studies, and so it's just kind of a mind.
fitting.
Yeah, a real messes with your head a little. And I just, as soon as I'm done, I plan to move states away because I don't want him to easily be able to have access to me, because I feel like he would just try and suck me back in or, try and manipulate me in some way. And I'm just not
You're not down
none
for
of
that.
this is okay. And I'm over it, no, it doesn't matter how nice he tries to be. I know it's an act. I know it's going to happen again. I just don't know when. It's waiting for the other shoe to drop or, walking on eggshells. You just don't know.
Yeah, totally. Well, that really sucks. It's really unfortunate. I'm sorry you're going through that. And it sounds like you're in I'm going to use the word stable place as you're navigating this. I have to imagine there's parts of you that are dying on the inside.
For my kids, yeah. For me personally, no. But for my kids, it does make me sad for them because, he just, again, doesn't find anything wrong with what he's doing. And, it makes me sad for them because this is not how life was supposed to go. It's not how the marriage was supposed to go. And it is, and it has. And, I can't really change anything. And it's beyond repair.
Well, hang in there. This is part of the story of your life. Right? And the story is being written, and there's so much grief in that. I mean, even the phrase of "this is not how my life is supposed to go," that is a grief statement. Right? And there'll be a lot to grieve.
Yeah, I do have moments of like sadness because it is sad. I spent a long time with this person and there was love there, but it's just not like I care about what happens to him. I don't want to see anything bad happen to him, but I don't feel the same way about him. And it's just I can't really dwell because I have kids that keep me busy all the time and school and just everything else. I just don't.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing, and I hope it goes. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just hope that you continue to have strength through this chapter of your life. That's what I want to say.
Well, I appreciate it, and thank you for having me up.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's up, Aaron? How's it going? Aaron Emily, one of the OGs. Good to see you. How are you guys? All right. I'm going to do something that I've never done before here. Okay. What's up, Anita? Anita Abortion. Gosh. All right. I'm not very good at this. Okay. I'm going to ask you guys for money. All right. Let me just rip the Band-Aid off and then you hear me out. So I don't even know how to start. I did not plan on doing this, but here we go. So I'm doing this thing at ASU on Monday, Arizona State University. I'm going to host this campus debate, and it costs money. All right, it cost me like $600 to do a 4-hour segment there. I'm incorporated as a nonprofit, okay, a 501c3 pending my actual determination letter from the IRS. I want to expand the reach of what I'm doing. And one way is by going to college campuses and hosting these conversations, okay? If this goes well at ASU, I'm going to do this as much as I can, as many places as I can, across the country and wherever, right? I'm doing it one time, and I want to ask if you guys will support me in not just going and doing this campus debate, but if you want to contribute to this cause, which essentially, it's very similar to Charlie Kirk, which is essentially hearing the stories that people have with regard to pornography, sex addiction, betrayal, and all that. I mean, you guys know me, you follow me. And by the way, this message is for people who follow me like you kind of know me. If you're in one of my groups or you're one of my clients, I'm not asking you for more money, right? I'm grateful to work with you, and, I consider that, you're supporting me. If you want to support in addition, I'd love that, just to spread the word. So I'm kind of been working on this mission statement, but the mission statement for what I'm doing, Choosing New, is to help reduce the desire to act out sexually with unwanted sexual behavior. Okay, pointing towards a healthier sexual ethic, and I'll get more clear and explicit on that as I do this. So, anyways, I'm asking if you guys want to contribute to this. There's a link in my bio. It says donate. Support the cause. Donate to help spread the word to college campuses. Literally, if this work has been impactful for you and you want to help encourage that to happen at a broader scale, again, college campuses is the first place I'm going to go do that. I'd love for you to consider participating in that. Literally a gift of anything, of any amount would mean the world. $1, $10, $10,000. I don't care what it is. So that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to ask. I'll share the info because I'm around well enough. Yeah. Anyway, so it's an opportunity to just partner with this work that I'm doing. Again, there is cost involved. Like say I do this once a week at ASU, that's $2,400 a month, right? That's a lot. But you guys know me. I've got a lot of stamina for doing this and having conversations. I would be down at ASU for 8 hours a day if they would let me. But anyways, I just wanted to make that petition. Again, I'm pretty terrible and not practiced at asking for money with nothing in return, although I know that it adds value to people's lives, but you get what I'm saying. For those of you who do support me, whether you choose not to financially donate, that's totally fine as well, okay? This is all an experiment for me. So again, links in my bio, support the cause, donate to help spread the word to college campuses. ASU is a wild campus for promiscuity. Should be a good event. Yeah, so I was there today doing a walkthrough with the guy. We kind of picked out the spot and everything. And I wore my porn coach hoodie. And I told the guy I was with, I go, bro, just look at all the people. Look at how they look at me just because I have this on. I mean, it's literally heads turn. It is a neck breaker when you wear my hoodie out in public. I'll go grab one to show you guys. So I'm a very large man, by the way. I'm 6'7". I've lost a little weight, but about 280 pounds. So I'm like a walking billboard. I got the porn coach hoodie. What I'm going to do is going to sit down, kind of not Charlie Kirk style. His are really big, more like Steven Crowder style. I'll have a microphone, 2 chairs, sit there, have these conversations. I'll have a sign that says, "Is porn cheating?" And just, again, very similar to what I'm doing here on TikTok at ASU on Monday from 9 to 1 in the morning. It's going to be freaking cold, though, too. Might bring a space heater or something. So anyways, again, if you guys are interested in supporting me and specifically to help with these college debates or college conversations, I would love that. It would mean the world to me for you guys to support me in that way. And again, just want to spread the word. Yes, I'm from Arizona, born and raised. Will I be live? So I'm not allowed to live stream the event. They've got all sorts of rules. I mean, it's the government. They've got all sorts of rules around it. I may get to a point where they could put me like in a separate room that's private and then live stream it, but then I kind of lose that shock factor being right in the middle of campus. I can record. I do have to have people sign a consent form in order to have them on camera, which I don't love because when people come and talk to me on TikTok, it's very easy to come and talk. At most, you're revealing your voice and maybe you like your first name, but some people in here, right, like Beach Flower 1792, and you got a picture of flowers. Nobody knows who you are. Of course, there's your voice, but the barrier to come and have a conversation like this is very low on TikTok. In person, I don't know what to expect, right? Of course, people are going to come talk to me. I don't know if there's going to be 10 people or 300 people kind of witnessing these conversations. But, the barrier gets a little higher because now we're in person. And now you got to sit down at a table across from a very large person who can be intimidating just because my stature. There's a camera. There will be a microphone. So it will be a little harder for people to come and talk. However, I think that in my experience, the younger 20-somethings, the kind of the college age demographic, 18, 22 or so year old kids, people, adults, they are pretty open in my experience. So again, I have no idea what to expect, but I think it'll be really neat. So they'll have to sign a consent form, and then I'll clip it and post it afterwards. I'll post the whole long form thing. I'm sure I'll have to edit out certain things. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. I got to have one of your hoodies to cringe my BF. Yeah, so I used to have these on my website. Should I bring them back? I mean, I got to come up with a better like tagline. Like porn kills love. That's when to fight the new drugs. Aaron, you have one, don't you? Aaron is one of the few and the proud. You have the OG porn coach hoodie. Should I bring him back? Would you guys buy one? Dude, maybe I should make something where if you donate, you get a hoodie. Something like that. But then I'd lose money. When I was selling them, when I had them available on my website, I think I lost like $5 for every one I sold because I got the shipping settings wrong. Okay, I'll bring them back. They're really fun. So, again, links in my bio if you guys want to donate to help me do this. Oh, donate over a certain amount. Good idea. If you guys want to help me do this, I'd really appreciate that. Links in my bio. And that'd be great. It is a great hoodie, to be honest. Like, I was shocked at how comfortable the hoodie is. All right. Great. I asked for money, and people are still here waiting to talk to me. Cool. So speaking of beach flower, 1792. No beach flower? They keep the men away. Aaron, how's G? You don't know. Oh, what does that mean? Hey there, what's going on?
Hey,
Is porn cheating?
yes.
Yes, it is. Okay. Tell me more.
It ruined my marriage.
It ruined your marriage. Sorry to hear that.
21 years I was married.
21 years, and then what happened?
He was just so addicted to it that it took over, and I put up with it for 10 years. I mean, he didn't even touch me. And between the drinking and the porn, we became roommates instead of a married couple.
Yeah. That's tough.
And I had something happen to me in the service, and it triggered me, and it was ugly. And so, yeah, porn is cheating. I mean, it totally took over.
How long? You said you were together about 20 years, and you dealt with it for about 10. When did you first know that that he was using pornography or similar things?
When he was still up, and I had to get up to use the restroom, and I caught him. And he tried to lie his way out of it. And then it became to the point where, he wouldn't come to bed. He didn't want to touch me. I felt like a failure. I
Why did you
didn't
feel
feel
like a
good
failure?
enough for him anymore.
Why did you feel like a failure?
Why would my husband want to watch porn instead of be with me?
Yeah. Yeah, it can be tempting to think that way, but here's the thing is, just a principle in betrayal trauma healing is, it is not about you. You didn't cause this. It's not a reflection of you, of anything you did or didn't do. It is a sickness or a disease with him and what's going on with him. And I know that can be hard to let settle in, but that's the work here, is separating those two things.
I mean, I'm still going to therapy with it and
Good.
everything else that has happened in my life, but I'm still treating. It sucks. And for those people that don't think it's not, I have to say, you have to look at the big picture here. You know, why are they choosing that over you?
Well, there's always a story. There's, behind every man who's struggling with pornography or sex, there's a story that's dying to be told. They don't know what that story is or how to tell it yet. It's packed in there somewhere. And the consequence of not extracting that story manifests itself in maladaptive coping strategies such as pornography use or other infidelities. Now, again, it can be easy to stay on the surface level of that conversation and just be like, "Oh, I love watching porn because I'm horny or whatever, and it's a reflection of me." And again, I'm not saying it's easy to get to that level of thinking, but below the surface of that, there's a truth that he's acting out of some sort of dysfunction or anxiety, pain, depression, whatever it is, and it has nothing to do with you. You didn't cause it. You couldn't have prevented it or made it happen any faster. Do you believe that? Could you see how that can be true?
Yes, I do now.
Okay.
You know, 6, 7 years ago, no. But I'm seeing it now, yes. You know, I'm not blaming myself anymore. You know, but, you know, the kids saw it too. That's what, you know, his son ended up in prison for child porn.
Okay. When was that discovered?
He was 13.
The kid was?
The kid was 17.
Wait, how old was his son at the time?
The kid was, at the time the kid got put in prison, he was 17.
Wait, your son? His son?
His son,
So not your son, your husband's son
correct.
was
He
17.
was married before. Yes.
Got it. He was 17 and he violated a 13-year-old and was put in prison?
No, he violated a 4-year-old.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. When did you learn about that?
When the 4-year-old finally told.
Were you married to him at the time of the discovery, or did you know that before
Yes.
marrying him? You knew it
Yes.
before?
No, we were already married. We had been married,
Got it. Man.
you know, and I put up with it. And, you know, we gave him the benefit of the doubt that we didn't know for sure, you know, and it was just, it's a very long story, but I won't get into it. But, you know, that was within the 21 years we were married. And it just took me a long time to leave because my fear was being alone.
Yeah.
And, you know, it took me for my daughter to, I have a daughter from a previous marriage. It took me her leaving town, and me trying to unalive myself 3 or 4 different times to finally get that I needed to get out of this relationship.
That's a lot. There's a lot to unpack here.
So, but, you know, I, you know, I mean, a lot has happened between then and now, but, you know, I've got VA benefits. I'm living alone in my own apartment. I'm getting therapy. I'm divorced and I'm doing okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yes, porn is cheating, no matter what. I just think it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting help. You've been through a lot, obviously. And choosing yourself, putting yourself first in spite of all these circumstances is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You know,
You're like, yes, it is worthwhile putting myself first.
you know, and thank you for what you do here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just one of those days I jumped on. I was kind of surfing and I jumped in on your live and I'm like, oh my God, this is like, I'm listening to people and some are like, yes, it is. And some are, no, it's not. And I'm like, they're so uneducated.
Yeah. But you've lived a lot of life. You've seen a lot.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I'm 60 years old, but I have a long life to live yet, I hope.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it was wonderful to meet you.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
And thank you so much for doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Take care.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, man. 60 years young. That's right. W. Marta. Let's go. Catherine Gillette, you said something about, was I ever found out? No, I was never caught. I never got caught. I was a master at hiding things, at deceiving. Not that I'm not proud of that, right? But that's how it was. I went to my wife and told her. I confessed. You asked a question though about like what does a guy feel like when they get caught? Here's the thing. I actually think when guys get caught, they're in a weird sense, they're relieved because the show's over. They don't have to pretend anymore. Now, when that happens, there very quickly needs to be some sort of call to action to do something differently. What kind of help are you going to get? How are you going to continue this? Because you're out now. Now the healing begins. Now the work begins. How did my wife react? My 8-month pregnant wife? Well, we'll just say it was a disaster there for a little bit. It's devastating. I rocked her whole world. I mean, what else is there, right? It's terrible. I went to her, hey, I got to talk to you. She's like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, oh boy. She reacted very lovingly, though, I would say. Maybe he still did it because I don't know. I need to take steps. I wasn't informed till my life spiraled. Yeah. If they don't get help and follow through, it won't end well. Yeah, it's all about the follow through. I've been more and more telling guys, guys will ask me when they join the group. I'm a coach, by the way. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. Is I'll say, look, I don't do contracts or anything. You sign up for the group, it's month to month, you cancel at any time. But on average, most guys are in the group about 9 to 12 months. And here's the thing is oftentimes you get in a group, you get in community, you confess, you reveal what's going on, you experience some healing and freedom. And then after 2 or 3 months, you're like, man, I feel really good. I think I'm good. Okay, well, hold on. It took you 20 years to get in this situation. You think it's going to take 3 months to get out of it? Right? The odds of relapse within 6 months, if you're not getting professional help, is basically 100%. So what I like to say is don't even pat yourself on the back until you've been doing some really good work for about 6 months. And really, it takes 2 to 5 years to rewire the brain back to normal after a porn or sex addiction. And I see it all the time. These guys who join the group, whether it's in my group or my one-on-one coaching, it typically happens a little faster in the one-on-one because it's way more intense. But it's like you can see the change after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. It's like they are different people. The things these guys talk about. Hope Beyond Betrayal posted a video. I don't know if she's here. If you guys don't follow her, check her out. She posted a video of her husband the other day, like bedazzling a gnome, like a garden gnome or something like that, with these little jewels. She said the funniest thing, like, yeah, this guy doesn't watch porn anymore. And I commented on it. I'm like, there's no way that guy watches porn. A guy who's sitting there jewel bedazzling little garden gnomes, that guy doesn't watch porn. Your desires change once you stop poisoning your brain. Am I AI? Bonnie Boone? Yes, I'm AI. What is your opinion on a wife finding their husband watching a lot of G_A_Y content? There's a story there, MZ. There's always a story. There's always a reason why we watch the things we watch. So I wouldn't shame it. I would be curious about that story. Hey, what is it? How'd you get here? Right? It's always an invitation to look and notice what's going on in your life, what happened in your life. There's always a reason why you watch what you watch. By the way, one last thing on the whole donation thing. I don't know if I was clear on it, but again, I'm incorporated as a nonprofit, so donations are tax deductible. For all of you rushing to my link tree to donate to help support the cause, I think $1 million has come in so far. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Just kidding, nobody's done it so far, so I got my answer. I know you're probably waiting until the live finishes to go to the donate page and make the tax deductible donation. All right. Best creator on the internet. Right here. Hey, what's going on?
Hello, hello.
MZ, I would love to give you my honest opinion. Go ahead and request to chat. Hi there. What's going on? Is porn cheating?
Well, I think it's a bit of a nuanced question. I mean, it depends to me on, the communication within the couple as far as it being a part of the relationship, whether it's cheating or not. From my personal opinion, I don't find it cheating, especially with my partner. So that's sort of my stance and my view on it.
Got it. Okay. Are you married?
I'm in a relationship.
You're in a relationship. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not married?
No, I'm not married. I'm divorced.
Aaron, yeah, text me if you want. I'd love to chat with you for a little bit. You're divorced. I thought you said you're in a relationship.
Well, I mean, I went through a divorce and now I'm in a relationship.
Oh, got it. You were previously married, now you're divorced, and now you're dating somebody, but you're not married.
That's right.
Got it. Okay, cool. Okay, so, and you don't care if your partner watches porn?
No, I really don't. I mean, I think there is a balance with every person. It can be an issue as an addiction. Like I completely agree with that. But I think if that balance is able to be struck within the individual and there's communication, I don't find it as cheating personally.
Okay. All right. what beliefs do you have about like monogamy?
I believe in monogamy and relationships. That's how I've lived my whole life. I've been in long-term relationships. I've never had sex outside of a relationship. So yeah, I mean, I believe in communication and
So you believe
good
in monogamy.
faith.
What does monogamy mean?
Well, I think monogamy means just being with one person within the agreement of the relationship, having one partner.
Okay. Okay. All right. So your partner masturbates while watching other women have sex. Is that right?
Yes.
And does that fit into your definition of monogamy?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's within my definition. I can totally see that, other people would not see that as monogamy. But for myself, I think it's okay as long as there is communication and balance. For me, for example, I watch porn and it's more of like a little relaxation every once in a while. It's not something that I feel like is out of hand for me. And I am in communication with my partner about his use of porn, and we're open about it. So it's not really a problem for me. I have been in relationships where that has been a problem for previous partners, and it can be a huge issue within a relationship if there's not the right communication. But it usually is like an indication of other imbalances within the people that also cause other issues in a relationship, in my experience.
Okay. Got it. How many other women would your partner have to masturbate to before you maybe were like, that's interesting. I'm not sure that I love that.
I think a boundary that I would draw with that would be like recurring, for example, OnlyFans. Like if my partner had a recurring, viewership of like a single woman and started themselves sort of creating a dependency with a single person, I would draw the boundary there and that would make me uncomfortable. But in general, like watching porn and the volume of women being watched within a period of time is not a bother to me, because I think my partner and myself as well can kind of compartmentalize that outside of our own sex life.
Got it. Okay. Well, so most often, just so you know, people do return to the same people or performers or scenes repeatedly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've seen that as a pattern within myself in the past, so I understand that.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you watch porn?
I mean, it's a habit based on like an easy way to reach, an orgasm during masturbation. I mean, there's alternatives of just using my own thoughts and things like that, but it's just like an easy path towards there. So,
Got it. So it's an easy way to have an orgasm.
yeah, and it's also a form of entertainment. For me, it's like a bit of a personal form of entertainment when it comes to that, and I mean, that's what I've found.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Choke the chicken helps me sleep. Host seems weird to ask these questions. So thank you, John Doe. All right. What do you like really? What do you think you're really searching for beneath the surface when you're watching porn?
It's hard to answer that question. I really don't think I'm searching for anything deeply. I'm very content with my life and the balance of my sex life. I mean, I have a great sex life with my partner, and I really do find porn to be like a form of entertainment. I mean, and that's just me personally. I do see that it can be an issue for a lot of people, and it's it causes a lot of problems within relationships because of the lack of communication. But I think it really narrows down to like on a case to case basis, you know, within people. So for me, I'm not necessarily searching for anything deep beyond the circumstance of the 15 minutes that it takes to have that experience, you know, every once in a while.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Um, so this event we're doing on Sunday, link in bio, by the way, free event with me and a few other anti-porn creators. I want to read some of the questions that people have in here, and I'll just give my comments on them. Will a link of the recording be sent out? Yes, it will. So if you can't make it, but you're interested, go sign up on my or one of the other creators' bios. That's Not Love and Honest Love, Hope Beyond Betrayal, or WTF Do I Need to Now Coaching. And you'll get a link to the recording after the event is over. Somebody asked a good question here. Can we speak? This is a great question. Can we speak about how just stopping watching porn isn't enough to help your partner heal from betrayal? The not taking initiative to understand the betrayal you caused can give her even more pain. I love that question because it's exactly right. The goal here is not to stop watching porn. The goal is to rewire your relationship with sex, emotions, intimacy, feelings, to turn towards your partner and to truly be with them in an intimate way. And when you do that, the porn will go away. I promise you that. There won't be porn when you truly have an intimate bond with your partner. Intimacy. When we can really see each other and know each other and experience each other on that level, you won't even want porn. You'll be like, why am I playing with this porn stuff? It's fake. It's synthetic. It's not real. Should I do the Snickers bar analogy, people? Should I? Imagine you have a strawberry, a nice, delicious strawberry. Plump, luscious, red strawberry on a warm summer day. You eat that strawberry and you're like, oh man, that's a good strawberry. It is so satisfying to eat that strawberry. Now imagine that you eat 5 Snickers bars and then you eat a strawberry. 5 Snickers bars and then a strawberry. The strawberry tastes like shit after eating the 5 Snickers bars. Why is that? Because the Snickers bars, it's fake food. It's not real. It's designed to synthetically arouse your mouth. It ruins your taste buds' ability to actually enjoy good, real food. It's very effective at giving you that feeling for a short period of time, but it always leaves you wanting more. But Snickers taste amazing. Yes, they do. Snickers are my favorite candy bar. Well, Snickers and Reese's, neck and neck. So the Snickers bars in this example, of course, is pornography. It's fake. It's not real. You don't even know that you're eating shit when you're eating a Snickers bar because it just tastes so good. I want more. It's empty calories. It damages your body. It makes it so the strawberry is like, ooh, gross. So, of course, the strawberry is true intimacy with your partner. Now, when all you're eating is Snickers bars, you wouldn't even know a good strawberry if it hit you in the face. Because your brain, your taste buds are so warped by the synthetic nature of the Snickers bars. Ice cream Snickers. Oh, now you're talking, man. Yes. So this person asked, can we speak about how just stopping watching porn isn't enough? Yeah, it's not enough. You got to start to just cherish the strawberry. Yeah, after you watch it, you feel empty and you feel like, was it really worth it? Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Hey, what's going on?
Hi, my name is Jonas. I'm from Sweden.
Your name is what?
Just woke up here. One more time. Didn't hear you.
What is your name?
My name is Jonas.
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 Jonas
Yeah,
from
that's
Sweden.
great. Yeah,
All right.
I
How's it
just
going?
woke up.
Good morning.
Just woke up to your. Yes, I'm okay. I'm great actually. Just woke up a bit tired, and English is not my native language, but I
Right.
think I manage.
No problemo.
This is a really interesting subject. Yeah, and I that comparison with like the Snicker bars and the strawberry is like the thing for me is that sounds like the intimacy and the girlfriend is like less than the Snicker bars, but it isn't I've been using porn a lot earlier in my life, but I don't now. I have what I would consider a healthy relationship with a woman. And what I can find is that what you can get from not using porn is like the strawberry is better than the Snicker bars. Like you should like think that the strawberry is like the greatest thing, and the Snicker bars are like just small. I don't know what to call them really, but what I find when I did watch porn is that my girlfriend can never be good enough. You know, like I start comparing her body to these fake bodies. Also, that I feel not content with my own body. Like they're like huge male organs in every movie, and you feel small yourself, and you start to doubt
there's always a
yourself,
bigger eggplant,
and
isn't
you're
there?
yeah, and it feels like you're never enough. So you think you got to go more and do other stuff than you did before, and like also like the cheating part. It's like some people say that, but if both are okay, it's not cheating. And I can relate to the word cheating as something you do behind someone's back. But if both of them are like okay with it, it's not cheating. But then they don't realize how much the porn takes from your partner. It doesn't just take the sexual arousement, it takes like the mental focus in the relationship, tiredness, and also you go for other dopamine kicks when you use porn. You become numb, and all these things happens. But some people that talk about porn like the lady before me did, it's like they don't realize what porn really does, and also what you contribute to a really really bad industry that are consuming people like a meat grinder. Like there's no one healthy in a porn video. There's no one. They say, "Oh, I'm so happy. I make a lot of money, and I'm okay with this." No, you're not. No healthy person who's in connection with themselves will sell their own body for money. That just doesn't happen. Healthy individuals doesn't do that. So what we are watching and paying for is people committing violence upon themselves, like they're hurting their own self-esteem and their own self-image, and I mean,
And masturbating to it.
yeah, and masturbating to it, like enjoying that. It's disgusting actually. And when you look upon this like documentary sometimes with women or men that are like after porn ends, like when they are not that attractive anymore, that is not happy people. Many of them use drugs, or many of them kill themselves, and it's not like it's not like a good thing. And when I try to stop porn, I always felt ashamed after using it again, because maybe even if my girlfriend says, "Oh, that's okay," I knew that it wasn't okay. I knew that I was like cheating her on all these things, and that our relationship was getting shallower and shallower and shallower.
Yeah. So
And I
what
was like,
you said you're from Sweden?
yeah.
What is generally kind of the consensus of people with pornography over there?
It's very okay here.
It's
It's very open. Yes, people speak about it openly, and they have these like sex toy parties. Like Tupperware. You know what that is? Tupperware parties.
Oh yeah.
When they have these now, but with sex toys here in Sweden. So person has a big bag and he goes and they drink wine, and that's mostly common with women though. And also that's also an interesting discussion. Like, it's so okay for women to have dildos, but if I had a plastic vagina, would you tell your friends? No, that's shame. That's like, it's. I mean, how ridiculous does it feel for a man to have sex with a plastic vagina? I mean, come on, man. Can you look at yourself doing that? Like, oh, honey, my plastic
No.
little love. No, it's like I
No, me
feel so.
personally, no.
It's embarrassing. But now they try to, like, everybody needs a flashlight at home, and everybody. No, no, I saved it for my girlfriend, so it get more intense with her. But it's really really normal here. Like YouPorn, RedTube, all these. Everybody has it, and Sweden has always been an very sexually open country, so they are equally open to porn. But also our society is like not doing very well. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm like, for those who want to, I don't want to like blame anybody, but really do think about the things we speak about. Like, what happens to your focus with your partner? Like, how content can you be with somebody who has like three children and her body transformed, and you're watching like 19-year-old firm bodies all the time, and then you compare that to her? It's not fair, man. It's not okay, because your woman will never be enough in your eyes, and she does everything for you. She's there constantly. She's giving you emotional support. She's like your wife, and your mind start comparing her to 19-year-old porn stars. Like, how can she ever win that? It's not okay.
It's a game nobody can win. She can't win it.
Yeah.
You can't win it. Nobody wins.
Yeah.
Nobody wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. And also, like, for yourself, like, you will never be content with your body, or your size, or your like how you can perform in bed. You will only feel weak and worthless yourself. So it's not worth it.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks
That's
for sharing.
that's my take on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Bye.
You too, man. Bye bye. All right. I'm going to wind this down. I got to go to bed. We'll end with him. Excuse me. Unpopular opinion. Who's there? Where are my unpopular opinion people? Okay. Here's my unpopular opinion. I'm gonna put this on the screen. It's not really an opinion. But it's I'm in Arizona. If I was a politician, which I'm not. If I was a politician, actually, I'm going to do a poll as well. So stay tuned for that. Do you guys know who John Fetterman is? He's a senator from Pennsylvania, I believe. He was on Rogan not too long ago. He's a senator from Pennsylvania. All right, John Fetterman. Let me put this on here. John Fetterman is a politician, a current United States senator. This is what he wore to the inauguration on Sunday. A hoodie, shorts, and maybe Crocs. Look at him, just sitting there at the inauguration. Oh, he had tennis shoes on. If I was a politician, this is what I would be like, people. Oh, he's the best. He's the best. And he does this all the time. He was on Joe Rogan, And Joe Rogan is like, "What's up with the sweatpants, man?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just so much more comfortable. I don't want to dress up." He's like, maybe I'd throw on a pair of pants if I'm speaking on the Senate floor, but probably not." He's like, "My body is just so big and like awkward. Like, I just got to be comfortable." He's just the best. Props to him, John Fetterman. He's my politician spirit animal. He is a whole vibe. Oh, what's the poll? Okay, here's my poll. I'm gonna actually put this up. Oh, can I do it on here? Hold on. As I'm like figuring out my content and strategy, like post TikTok is what I'm kind of planning for. Custom poll. Create new. My content is not faith-based in nature. I'm a Christian. I don't ask anybody to believe what I believe. And worldview, especially when it comes to sex and all that, it matters. Okay? It matters. We all have a faith story, whether you want to claim you're an atheist or agnostic or not. There's a faith orientation there. Here's my question: and really, I'm trying to poll you guys on like, where do you come from? But do you think having some sort of faith-based approach in my content, my message, whether that's in blog content or longer form video, do you want to see something like that? Do you not want that, or are you indifferent to it? Okay, and I'm asking you this not just for what you personally want, but what do you think would be most helpful for most people? Okay, so I'm going to put a poll. I'll do 5 minutes. So faith-based approach. Did it go up there? It says it's live. It's down there? Where is it? It would be helpful to stop faithing and use reason. Yes, the Bible needs to be more in people's lives. Yeah, so the poll's right up here. While you're up there, hit the subscribe button too. Yeah, so thinking of a trained person needs God to help. Personally, yes, but thinking of the world, probably not. Yeah, that's why, again, my content isn't faith-based in nature. Because I think it can get more ears, right? More people will engage, because a lot of people tend to shy away from certain things. Romans 12:2. That's right. I think if it's not faith-based, people will be more open to talk without religious views. Yeah, for sure. I think it certainly elicits a lot more viewpoints. For people who might otherwise not engage. So vote in the poll up there. Again, I'm just kind of curious. Would you want to see, a little bit of a faith-based approach? Whether it's, with how I'm coming at certain messages online or on my lives or not. Yes, please. No, thank you. Or you're indifferent. That's about 50-50. A little bit more. Yes, please. I'm a Christian in porn recovery. Good for you. I have to go. Bye, guys. Have a good day. See you, man. Depends on the person you're talking to. I think you test the waters perfectly. Yeah, I tried to. Typically, I don't introduce. Well, I never say never, but introduce faith or religion unless somebody else does. You lead. It's your show. There you go. Why then? What changed in you, and why at 8 months pregnant? Thanks for sharing. I'm a wife of a porn addict. Good question. So she's referring to what I shared earlier. When I disclosed to my wife, she was 8 months pregnant with our second. We're about to bring. What's the difference between a priest and acne? I don't know, but I can't wait for this one. What changed? Well, I realized that the way that I was living life with pornography and infidelity was not working for me or anybody else. Vote in the poll, people, right up there. I realized how damaging this was to my wife, to myself, that occupying my free time with masturbating while watching strangers have sex was not a good use of my time. The poll's right above here, I think. Is that where it is? Like right above my head. It's a little blue thing with a check mark. So it was time for change. I was sick and tired of it. I didn't do this. This can be unpopular. I didn't confess to my wife. This is not selfish either. I didn't confess to my wife because, how do I put this? This started with a heart change for me. I couldn't live my life. I couldn't love my wife in the way that she deserved to be loved until I got my heart right. Okay, so we have to get our heart right before we can love other people. And so what did that take? It took me laying down what I was so concerned with protecting, which was my image. Did she ever catch you or did you come out? She never caught me. I had a squeaky clean record. Never got caught. I could teach a master class in how to not get caught with something on the internet. I won't do that. Instead, I would teach a master class on how to find what somebody is doing or hiding on the internet. But I won't do that either, because if you're playing detective, you're playing the wrong game. Vote in the poll. There's like 20 seconds left. So far, we're neck and neck. Would you be interested in a little bit more of a faith-based approach or not, or indifferent? But what if you know someone's in the closet, but you can't prove it? I don't know. Did she suspect it after not being able to finish? No, that was never a problem. All right, this is fascinating. 39 people voted. 16 said yes. 16 said no. 7 said indifferent. So that is fascinating. I think what that means is the approach that I'm doing works. The approach works. It's split right down the middle with roughly 25% saying that they're indifferent. Yeah, I actually love that. That's my heart here. Is I want to be able to attract the largest audience, so to speak. Meaning, if I'm all faith based, half the people will go away, though more would come from the other side. But I actually love that response. 50-50. I'm gonna screenshot that. My screenshot button won't work. Oh, there it is. I'm Christian. I wouldn't mind either way. Were you a Christian when you were addicted? Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit faith here just for a few minutes. Again, this is typically off script, but I would have claimed I was a Christian before all this happened. I would have claimed I was a Christian. If you grew up and you knew me, I went to church every Sunday, Sunday school, all that nonsense. I was baptized like 4 times just to make sure. I would have said I was a Christian, though I did, but I never professed the name of Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Until my life fell apart when I was 32 years old, and I realized I am missing the whole point of love. God is love. Jesus calls us into a greater experience of love. And I reconsidered, what on earth am I here for? If I'm an adulterous douchebag who's cheating on my wife, watching porn, short with my children, I'm greedy. I had a sales job where I made a ton of money selling a product I didn't like to people who I didn't like, just so I could make a profit to buy crap to impress people that I would just throw the stuff away after a few months of having it. That was what my life was about. There's got to be a bigger story here. So part of this whole journey for me was a true, actual acknowledgement and realization that there's a bigger story here than just me. or differently put, in a faith context, God's got to be real. Jesus has to be who he said he was. And so following Jesus and who he says he is, in my experience, a richer experience of life. So that's the story. So was I a Christian when this happened? I would have said I was, but I wasn't. But 7.5 years ago is when it actually clicked. And that's the journey I've been on, to love people. So thank you for participating in the poll. Again, that's fascinating. 50-50, right down the middle. 16 yes, 16 no, 7 indifferent. I kind of love that response. And again, my faith orientation doesn't need to be your faith orientation. I'm not asking anybody to believe what I believe. However, I would encourage everybody to consider these 3 questions. I think they're the 3 most important questions a person can ask themselves. Who is God? Who am I? And why does that matter? Who is God? Who am I? And why does that matter? Whether you're an atheist, agnostic, Jewish, Mormon, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, whatever it is, those questions are so important. Who is God? Who am I? Why does that matter? Do you share your story in church? Yeah. How do the results prove that it works? What does it mean for it to work? I don't know what you're talking about. I can't vote. I'm in Canada. Can I be a tiebreaker? I vote. Please, Faith. That's funny. Sorry, I just saw that comment. You said the results prove that your method works? What? I don't remember saying that. I'm not denying it, but I don't know what the context is you're talking about. I counter your Canadian vote, so it's still tied. I love that. I'm just big on on extracting what people believe, or differently put, challenging our beliefs. Challenging our beliefs. You said the results prove that you're... Oh, got it. The results to the poll. Thank you. What I mean by that is attracting an audience that's, again, the data of this poll, it just shows it's neutral. What I mean, it works in terms of the approach. I guess what does it works mean? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, got it. I get it, people. Yes, I did say that. What I mean is holding a neutral space. I think that's what I mean by that. Holding a neutral space where people want to engage, whether or not they want a faith-based approach. That's what I mean. I'm not a fan of dogmatic thinking, particularly when it comes to religion, and even on the other end of the extreme. It just doesn't work very well, in my opinion. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? What I meant by that, with that the approach works? Yeah, that makes sense, Trina. Yeah, I remember. You guys, some of you might remember this. I had a couple people on a panel, and there was this guy who was so religious, like a religious zealot, as the Bible might call him, and he was like just trying to hammer the Bible, and I was letting him speak. And then I brought a woman on whose life was falling apart. She just discovered her 20-year marriage was falling apart. Her husband was cheating, porn, whatever. And this guy was wanting to tell her. So I said, hey, I asked her for permission. Hey, can this guy tell you what he wants to say? And he basically, I don't remember exactly what it was, but he basically was like, he's sinning, you're sinning, you need to repent. This is all anti-God, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's wrong here. And I said to the woman, I go, was that helpful for you? And she goes, no. I'm like, okay, thank you, man. Thanks for proving your point. Go be a religious zealot somewhere else. All right. That's all she wrote tonight. Give me a follow. You guys remember that. I love that. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. If you like my content, I appreciate that. Again, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching and group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. If you're interested in learning more about that, you can schedule a discovery call with me in the link in my bio. It's $1 for a 30-minute call. Love to chat, talk with you more offline privately, and see if I can help point you in the right direction. Also, again, I'm going to be hosting the campus debate at ASU. It's costing me more money than I was expecting. It's about $600 for 4 hours to do that. And so, again, I am incorporated as a nonprofit, and I haven't done any donation or soliciting donation. To be honest, I feel weird even making that petition, but as I start to actually fundraise privately, I got to get comfortable with that. And so, again, for those of you who support me and watch me, I thank you for that. I'm only asking this if you can give out of abundance and you want to see more of this work happen, and just support what I'm up to and help with some of the costs for that. So links in my bio for that, and I'll bring the merch back. So you guys said you wanted that. Do I answer DM questions? I'm usually pretty short in DMs. All the questions are the same, essentially. Usually, if you DM me, I'll direct you to schedule a call. But you can fire away if you want. The lives won't be, or I'm sorry, the campus stuff at ASU won't be live. I'm not allowed to do it live. That's just not how they work. But it will be posted in its long form, assuming there's no issues, as well as clipping it. So I think it'll be really engaging content. And again, it's again, what I'm really asking you guys to contribute to is having what's happening on TikTok, happen in the real world. And we'll see how it goes. But again, it's the tip of the iceberg. I love what I do here on TikTok. And I will keep doing it as much as I can, so long as it keeps working. But I want to start doing it in real life as well. And ASU is going to be the first place I do it. So we'll see where that goes. Again, thank you for the support. You signed up. Great. Yeah, this event on Sunday as well. Gosh, I'm plugging a lot of stuff. Should I do another poll? Austin, does Austin need to stop pitching stuff, or should he keep pitching? We're doing a free event on Sunday, January 26th, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time with myself and 5 other creators in the space. That's Not Love, An Honest Love, Hope Beyond Betrayal, and WTF Do I Do Now? I'll be going first with my segment on vulnerability. In fact, I'll tell you guys. So I'm talking at 3 p.m. about vulnerability heals, breaking the chains of corn through openness and authenticity. Caitlin from An Honest Love, she'll be talking about, her topic is Truth Hurts But Heals, how to navigate full disclosures. Mandy from WTF Do I Do Now, she'll be talking about healing your nervous system for betrayal trauma. David from Hope Beyond Betrayal will be talking about the 6 lies that porn tells you and ways to break free. Jordan from That's Not Love will be talking about how men can best support their wives during healing. And Eileen, wrapping it up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, will be talking about how to communicate boundaries, a path to healing intimacy. It will be recorded to watch later. You do need to sign up, so you get that link, so you can go to my bio and sign up for that. And then you'll get the link afterwards. You're in Ireland. What time will it be? It'll be roughly 6 hours after what I said. So time in Ireland. You're 7 hours after me, so you're 5 hours different from Eastern Time. So it'll start at 8 p.m. for you. 8 p.m. for you on Sunday. What are your thoughts on masturbating without porn, and how do I approach this topic if I'm uncomfortable with it and my partner sees it differently? I'm also not confident in my thoughts on it. I don't like it, but I want to understand where that... That's a long question. Where that comes from and your perspective on these issues. Okay. All right, great being with you all. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, hey, Krista, I'm good. How are you? Krista, you missed it all. Go to link in my bio and donate to my cause, okay? Can someone fill her in? You'll hear me talk about it more later. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.